What up, friends? Welcome in. How are we? Happy Monday. Hello. Hope we're having a good start to our week. Welcome in, friends. How goes it? What up, Sammy? Big dog. Maury, welcome in. What's up, Ducky? DP, Sephiroth, Caillou. What's up, friends? How we doing? Good to see you all, friendos. Juju. We are going to start off with the weekly challenge. We are going to do that one solo. And then after we do the weekly challenge, we will then be joined by a friendo to do some random randoms, possibly random. So it should be fun, should be chaotic. Let's go. I also realized I have nothing to drink downstairs, so I will have to run upstairs in a second. You're here for chaos. Well, welcome. Hey, Carrie. Happy Monday, friend. Good to see you. Should be good. Did the weekly last night wasn't bad. It's the Sunny Meadows. Sunny Meadows, you've got all the cursed possessions, right? If I recall that correctly. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Yeah. The do as I command. Yeah. You don't want to sip on ranch soda? Don't start with me. I'm going to do the ting. What's the ting? What are you going to do? Are you going to prestige? Hey, Knight. Good to see you. Shallow Lizard. Hello. You got Demon 3 times straight during the weekly? Damn. Hot damn. Are you okay? You look like you need it. No. Look like you need an IOU. What does that even mean? Chinggis did prestige. I saw that. Yeah, I saw that he prestiged. Yeah. God damn it. Messed. Hold on. Let me turn this down. Actually, let me turn that up. There we go. I said you'd be proud of him. Listen, it's not an easy thing to do. Okay. To take that step and decide to throw away all those levels you got. It's not easy. It's not easy. Dark Plays, good to see you. Hello. Shauna, hello, friend. Good to see you. Art, thank you so much for the 79 months, man. Thank you. I got gifted a ranch soda for my friend. I understand your pain. Yeah, you're very welcome. Yeah, even though I didn't have anything to do with it. Kind of. I don't know. Fuzzy, thank you for the 3 months. I gotta go, Julia. We got cows. No gross soda today? Nope. No IOUs, which is probably for the best. My tummy feels weird. All right. I'm going to open up Faz. We're going to do the weekly. After the weekly, we're going to be joined by Break. And we'll see how long we go tonight. Tomorrow, the missus and I are going to be hanging out all day. Would you stop oscillating? There we go. Not the tummy. I know. Raven, I can't wait to play more of that game. To play more of Grain Rot. I can't wait. Any tornadoes today? I don't think so. No, I don't think so. Not today, at least. The Tornado Chaser stream last week. Maybe you want to watch Twister. So I did. Oh, that movie's so good. You have 28 hours in that game already? Oh my God.
Welcome back.
Raven, I can't even imagine what your base looks like. If we call it a base, I don't know what like the technical name would be for it. Yeah, I don't know. Will there be shenanigans? Yeah, something. There will definitely be a thing. Grain Rot was really fun. Yeah, that was great. It was super funny. Stone Cold, what's up, man? Yeah, very freaking funny. All right, let's run around for a second, make sure that everything is honky-dory on our side. Oh, I gotta fix that. My base looks like chaos, and I kind of love it. I think my goal is going to be to have each room with its own color scheme. I think that's going to be my goal. So we'll see how that goes. Did you go back and watch it? It's really good. I would highly recommend checking that game out. It just released. Just came out. No, this is not the playlist we want. There we go. I think the grain rot VOD is the funniest thing ever. Wants to watch it all day. Oh my God. That poor child. If you get a floppy Frank, drop him. He makes a sad noise. Oh, I don't want to do that. I don't want to make him make a sad noise. What game? We're talking about Grain Rot. It's a game that we just recently tried for the first time and was a blast. Out of rest area. 7 hours until home. Oh my God, Blondie. Oh, be safe, friend. Damn, it's 8:43 p.m. for me. I don't know where you're at right now, friend. Cheyenne, thank you for the 2 years. Skeletor, thank you for the 12 months. Shower, thank you for the 16. Thank you, guys. Thank you, friends. Yeah, we got to wake up early tomorrow and go for a drive a few hours away. So probably won't be super late tonight, but we'll see how it goes. All right, we got us a weekly to do. And then after the weekly, we'll go from there. Okay. I love this song too, Nix. How are you, friend? Oh, you're in Tennessee. Oh, nice. Okay. Got back from 4 days at camp. Playing catch up on the VODs about halfway through the cow stream. Oh, nice. First day of work, new job in the morning. Oh, noob, let's go. Yeah, I probably am not going to go super late today for the simple fact that like there's been this like headache that's like trying to push through. It's trying. We're good for right now, but we'll see how it goes. And then at some point I need to go upstairs and get like water or something. So we'll see. But I know my limits. I know when to stop. Good evening from San Diego. What's up, Really Old Pop? Good to see you. Wild West Jesus. Hello. All right, let me get to cracking over there so that we can get moving everywhere. We'll be good. Drink some Mountain Dew. The caffeine helps. I wouldn't suggest Mountain Dew being the thing that you go to when there's a headache or a migraine. Probably not the best thing. As someone who used to drink it all the time. This weekly's interesting. I mean, it's great because you get all the cursed possessions. Hell yeah. What's up, FNAF? How are you, dude? Jay, good to see you. I don't think I'll be doing the challenge. I don't think I'll be doing this challenge mode easily. Sunny Meadows is my least played map. I mean, no better time than now. Just go for it, man. Only water, yeah. I hear blue cheese could help. You sick mother lovers. Early morning rise, long drive. You should still shut up. Listen, man. Listen, we're here for the fun. You know what I mean? Gonna be going to laying in bed mode watching the stream. Hey, man. I'll do that while streaming. We'll figure this all out together. It'll be fine. Hey, Chorus, what's up? Welcome in. Yeah. All right, let's do this. Let's get moving. Shall we? This week's challenge is do as I command. You'll have to force this ghost to give you evidence. Luckily, we found some extra items to help you out at Sunny Meadows for the 5K. So there is the player settings. There is the ghost settings. There is the contract with every single cursed possession that is available. And then for the equipment, we have all tier 3. I don't even have to move my camera for that. It's literally all tier 3, which is great. So if you've been looking for an opportunity to mess with tier 3 equipment, this is the way. Take this weekly and you can literally use this preset on different maps so you can see what it's like to use tier 3 equipment on those different maps. So just saying, just because you want to do this challenge doesn't mean it has to be at the certain map. Now, if you want to complete the challenge and get the 5K, yes, it has to be at Sunny Meadows, but you can still use the preset at another map. You're not going to get a crap ton of money, but still, you know what I mean? Luminessa, thank you for the raid. Welcome in. How are you, friend? Good to see you. Oh my God. How we doing, friends? Welcome in. What's up, Floof? Good to see you. Oh my God. We insist that we are innocent. Don't lie to me. Don't lie to me. Blackclad, welcome in. How are you? How's it going, friends? How was stream? What'd you do? What did you do? Oh my God, Blackclad rated 2. What the absolute hell? Were y'all streaming together? Oh my God. Why most people use tier 2 headgear instead of tier 3 night vision? And is there any particular reason? I don't want to stare at green the whole time. Yeah, I like the immersion of tier 2 better. It feels more realistic. I'm not going to go run around with night vision all the time. Yeah, it just looks better. I don't want to stare at green. Yeah, Benny, my Monday was good, man. How was yours? How was? We're about to do the weekly if you just got here. We're about to get started. Was playing Blackclad, some other friends. We did the challenge mode and some nightmare games. Nice. How'd they go? How was the weekly? We are about to get started ourselves. It was fun. A few deaths, many successful hunts. Listen, it's all part of the fun. That's all part of the fun. It should be there. Macy, thank you for the 10 months. Thank you for the sub, dude. Oh my Lanta. No, you guys are great. Thank you so much for coming in. I appreciate you both. I appreciate you. First time I played Sunny Meadows with friends, I got lost trying to get back to the truck and got hunted by the ghost. Had to toss the items to lead my friends to my corpse. But at least you knew to do something. What level do you need to be in order to do the weekly challenges? I think you can be any level. Perdido! What's up, friend? I don't think there's a restriction based on level for the weekly challenges. Not that I'm aware of. I mean, somebody could tell me if I'm wrong there. Kels, thank you for the 8 months. Thank you for the sub. You have to be high enough level to have right. Yeah, you have to be high enough level to have whatever map it is asking you to play unlocked. Because I'm fairly certain you can't just click, like if you're just starting, you're not prestiged yet, you still need to unlock certain maps. I don't think they open up that map just because the weekly challenge is available. I don't think so. You got engaged? Congrats. Let's go, dude. Hell yeah. All right. Anything else special about the stuff and the things? I don't think so. That's pretty normal. Ghost speed is normal. We have 3 pieces of evidence, 2-second grace period, all the cursed possessions. It can change the favorite room, but changing the favorite room is on low. 'Tis on low. You can click random and maybe get the challenge map with it unlocked, but you have to get lucky. Can you get, I guess I never really thought about trying to do that. Can you get locked maps if you hit random? Like, let's say Nels is locked for you and you hit random. Can you possibly get Nels? You did that? So, I mean, it would be a pain in the ass. You'd have to luckily get it through random every time, but I guess it's possible. Yeah. Never thought to do it. It didn't exist when I was that level, so I don't know. All right. Let's go do this. Because we get cursed possessions every time, I feel like I've got to use them every time. That's probably going to be what we do. We'll see. Looking for a bit. Got to make some dinner. Oh, you're good. I appreciate you. Thank you guys for coming in. Go do your things, friends. Go rest, go eat, go sleep, whatever it may be. Roman, it's going well, man. How are you? Tis going well. Popping a chalky milk. What the hell? What kind of investigation do you think we do around here? What the? Absorb a bubble. Hey, how are you? All right. We have every cursed possession, and they are all waiting for us inside of there. So, if we want to figure out the ghosty room easily, the mirror is our friend. The mirror is our friend. Now, what I might do is I might use a different cursed possession every time just to keep it interesting, but we'll see. Our juice is in the front, so I'm going to take this, and I'm also going to take, should I bring a smudge? Should I even care, really? Night vision, like, I can wear it, I guess. I'm not the biggest night vision fan, but it's fine. Whatever. We've got a parabolic. Maybe we can, but if I'm going to use the mirror first, this is kind of worthless. Yeah, let's get some evidence. Give me that. Give me 1 sanity, and then that way when we peek the mirror, we can take this. There we go. Ouija board is another one. I could use the music box. I mean, I could use the monkey paw. There's plenty of helpful cursed possessions. What up, Joey? Hey, Savvy. Yeah, this is the first game. First game. So, with all these being here, if I was feeling jazzy, I could light the summoning circle and we could do the Easter egg if we wanted to. But let's do this first. Oh, man. All right. Well, I'm leaving you there. It's all the way in the kitchen. Gosh dang it. Ew. Yeah, exactly. Ew. Whatever. It is so far away. That's okay. Let's see, we took some sanity. Now we're full up. Yeah. The Easter egg we're talking about, when you have every single cursed possession added for a round, if you light the summoning circle, you get a nice little surprise. If you've never seen it before, I don't know if you want me to spoil it for you or not. What'd you expect? I don't know, a closer ghost? Not all the way in the kitchen? Do it. I can do it on the last one. Yeah, for the third game, I'll do it. All right. Don't mind me. We just have to run all the way over here. Could have been in the morgue. This is true. Although the morgue is a way more interesting room, to be fair. Go into the kitchen and right. The kitchen is literally straight back, but you have to go all the way around. That's the camera in the corner. Nobody puts camera in the corner. I'm fairly certain. Did I see the main? Or did I see in here? I don't think I saw in here. No. I think I saw more like this, I think. Oh my. A hair just fell from the ceiling? What the hell? Like IRL. There's our breath. There we go. Now I'll use it. Hungry? Why wait? Oh, dots. This is going to be rough. Let's try like this. What a nice welcome gift. Yeah, let's try that. Okie dokie. Walk 5,000 miles to find the ghost? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. We'll go back to the truck and we'll check the camera. Maybe we'll get lucky, man. Joey, thank you for the subs, homie. Thanks, man. She's not friendly. I don't. Oh, wait, are you asking if it's literally like friendly ghost where it can't hunt? Or are you asking me if the ghost is just friendly in nature? Do we know the ghost? No. No, I just got there. No. We know nothing. You get so turned around on the map. Honestly, the more you play it, the more you get used to it, the more you understand where to go and where things are when you're knowing that you're in a hallway and not inside of a room. But the map is pretty straightforward, where you've got one wing on the left, one wing on the right, downstairs, same exact thing. But then you have upstairs this center section that goes around the chapel and the courtyard. So understanding that and knowing like, hey, I'm in the hallway. Okay, if I just keep going around, I will find my way into the chapel in the front. All right. Video camera, go like this. Maybe we'll get lucky. Learn if the APOC 3 took a while. I feel like APOC 3 would be harder to learn the map just because you're not getting very far. I mean, at a 50% speed, you're moving very slowly. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Oreos? Good to see you. I think I mixed up a little bit because almost every room hallway looks the same. They look very similar. Oh, man. If you feel like you're seeing rooms that look the same in this map, oh my God. If you've never had the chance to play Asylum, then you would have hated it. I was fine with it. I liked Asylum, but many people didn't like it because it looked very similar. Okay, well, we could have... Possible fiver. Maybe. What it's looking like right there. That could definitely be a 5. Let's grab that. Let's go back. And try our best. Is it a 5er? It might be a 5er. Might get lucky. Here, I'll give you guys the night vision so you can see a little better. But you can also look at the map here if you're a little bit confused about where things are too. Hey, Archmage, good to see you. Drifter, hello. How's it going, homie? Just did the Easter egg with the circle. I didn't realize that was how you got that. Every cursed possession needs to be added to be able to do it. Thank you for the primes, guys. Alex, Duckman, thank you. All right, no writing. Some upchuckery. A door touch would be nice. Check our temps. 2 degrees. 1.9. Did I drop the spirit box on the floor of the van? It's not a mare. And we have UV. I should have grabbed the EMF and taken it over to the door. Oh well. Oh, I dropped it outside the chapel. Oh, that's right. Cold but no freezing. Not yet anyway. Okay. Was that a 6-finger hand? I don't think so. Was it? We were right about that 5er. I don't think that was a 6-finger handprint. Unless I'm really not paying attention. No, not at all. That's normal. The 6-finger, the Obake print would have been way more noticeable. Way more noticeable. It's still possible. What's up, Des? Good to see you. Okay. So, Galu, Goryo, Jin, Myling, Oh, Bake the Cake. Interesting. You think Obake? Been a minute since you've seen it. I feel like it wasn't that long ago that I saw it. Is this the only thing I'm missing? I think it is. Frank? Oh, wait, the voodoo doll? What about him? All right. Our sanity has not dropped much at all. Not much at all. Salt for the Galu test? I think so. Might as well start doing some 1x1 stuff just to see what happens. You never know. Or it's 100% Agorio and we don't even have to go back inside. Sounds good. Ew. Ugh. Gross. Disgusting. Stab, thank you for the 23 months. Brian, Duckman, Alex, thank you guys for the primes. Gorio. So we would have never seen the dots by sitting inside the room. because of the Goryo, but that's why it's good to check the truck. I'll take it. That's a 1. Let's go a number 2. 1 down. Let's do another. Love the collective hate for the Goryo. It's funny, like, we hate it. I think the reason I really don't like it is because they say that the Goryo is supposed to give you dots like twice as much. I don't feel like that's true. I don't know. That doesn't feel right. I feel like I get dots more with other ghosts than I ever do with the Goryo, even if I'm sitting outside the room or if I'm waiting in the truck. You know? Sweet challenge wasn't too bad. No, it doesn't seem that bad. Doesn't seem too bad. All right. Let's see here. Doesn't hurt to check. All right. We have a David Emmett. So, because the ghostie's name is David, we can say it's not a Banshee. It's not a Diane. And the juice is downstairs, which is not bad because it's not that far from the front one. So this time, what cursed possession do I want to use this time? I could use the Ouija board and we could ask where it is. Maybe we do that one this time. Now, if I'm going to do that, I'm going to grab a smudge just in case. Just in case. All right, so we've got smudge, flashlight. I'm going to bring the EMF because you never know. What if I got an EMF 5 from the board? Hard to say. Tips when you're struggling to find the ghost room on any map. If you're struggling to find the ghost room, then you should turn the power on and start looking for the cold room. I should do random after this? You mean literally what my notification for the stream was? I should do that. All right, let's go. Ding. Let's get the juice first, and then we'll ask the board. Did the Ouija board all 3 times. Hospital 3, 4, and 5. Oh my God. There we go. Got some juice. Get that light on. That light on. Just because you never know. You never know. All right. Let us see. So we do have a smudge on us just in case. Where are you? Okay. Male wing. Goodbye. Male bath. So it's pretty far down there. Pretty far. And it's probably going to hunt me soon. Hey, Twain, what's up? Welcome in. Yeah, male bath. It's hunting. I don't hear anything. It's too far away. Okay. Oh, it's done hunting? Interesting. All right, let's well, now that we're within hunting, I mean, let's just go get stuff and bring it back over here. I think that's the way. Yeah, very short hunts, apparently. What's up, Fatal? Good to see you. Walking down the wings always gives me chills. I know the ghost room is in that direction on Sunny. It's just unsettling with the atmosphere. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah. All right, so our ghostie is down. Let's see, that wing right there. It's so dark. Yeah, so it's down. It's basically like over halfway down. It's like 3/4 of the way down the wing, which is going to be tough to hear the ghosties. So we're going to do this, this, and this. I'm on the tier 3 headgear once you clear up the vision. I honestly, I'd prefer not to use it so much, but if it's a way for us to see easily, so be it. It's fine. Hey, Bella, good to see you. Prefer tier 2. I like tier 2 as well. If I had to choose. Just in case. Do I like weird AI songs? What the hell does that mean? What's up, Lloyd? Good to see you. Bye, Roman. Just waiting for it to hunt again. Are you saying weird AI or weird owl? Oh, weird owl. Oh, I guess so. Yeah, sure. Sorry, I don't get too many weird owl references. Are you gonna hunt again, dude? Our Sandy's below 50. Weird Owl is much smarter. Nothing? I'm about to just, I mean, I could just go park it inside of that wing, I guess. Wait. Oh, is this my first time experiencing this? You bitch. The wing did not lock because I wasn't inside of it. That is my first time actually getting to experience that. Dark Plays, welcome back. Something we've asked for so long is to not have players get locked in to an area. It's hunting right now. So loud. It's a very normal sounding ghost though. Yeah, so what you do when you know the ghost is in that wing is you just get all of your equipment like to that area without going inside, so you keep the door open. Angry ghost. It sounded very much like a normie. Very much like a normie. Can I play a copywritten song for chat? No, but you're welcome to listen to it to your in your free time if you'd like. Yeah, this isn't exactly a song request stream, my guy. If you have noticed at all. Pulte? I don't know. It didn't sound enough to be anything too crazy. Lodge, what's up, dude? Like using night vision, it feels better to use. In my opinion, it feels right for me to use it for some odd reason. No, you just like it more. There's nothing wrong with that. There are zero problems. If you like using night vision more than you like the tier 2, then I would use it. I would use it all the time. Hey, what's up, Garden? Good to see you. Maybe we get lucky and get a blood moon. We can sure try. Hey, streamer, can you break TOS? Thanks. I'll just watch this way. The lights will go out. I'm excited for when they update Unity. Me too. I'm very interested to see what the lighting will look like once they do that. Same. What's up, Gab? Hello. Raindrop, thank you for the biddies. And Stab, thank you for the 23 months, dude. Thank you. All right, I'm just getting all the equipment over there. If I want, I mean, I could. Now, it sounds like a normie. We're just going to do it like this. We're not going to fight it. Hey, Game Rock, the games are good so far. Nothing too bad. We just had a ghosty in the kitchen. Now we have one all the way down the mail wing. Oh my god. Holy replenish, Batman. All right, do that. And let's let's do this. Actually, you know what? Hold on. Do I have more room for sanity? Can I take another one? Yes. Yeah. Now I can sprint. Run. Good night, Cal. What's like, sure. Eh? Yes, sir. Love you. Is Unity coming with... I don't know. I don't think so. I'm gonna leave this on. It is a bit easier to see, isn't it? The tall one is going to bed. Now, we saw Ghosty was apparently here, and there's our breath. So there's no door here, and there's no... Okay. It's your son. Oh, thank you. I had no idea who he was. I thought it was Weird Al. Or Weird AI. I don't know. Whichever. Give me book. Give me this. Give me this. POV Weird Al's your son. Hope they ever add another ghost. I hope it's a male. I'm hoping they do that at some point too. I don't know what ghost they would think about, but like at the same time, I kind of don't think we need any more ghosts, man. I think we're all good. 30 of them? We all right. Where are you?
See, it's far and wide.
All right. Finally got something. Spirit box. We might have orbs. We'll find out in a second. Would it be more terrifying, a ghost hunting with increased speed or a ghost hunting but it's really slow? I mean, the really fast one sounds kind of terrifying. Doth it not? Barbies. Oh, he ran into the mirror. That's dots. That's orbs. That's spirit box. Oh, it's a yokai. Hey! Well, wait, my sanity's too high, isn't it? Oh, man, this... Yeah, that's it. Yeah, drop my sanity, you idiot. Yeah. Hold on. Maybe I can get it to hunt me. Hold on. Hold on. Didn't I drop... There it is. Let me get this out of here. Hold on. Let's see if we can get the yokai to hunt us. Ghosty, are you here? Are you close? Are you here? Where are you? Are you near? Are you here? No, I wanted to kill me. Are you here? Oh, there's the dots. Oh, that was cool. Do another event. Drop me below 80. I'm probably below 80 at this point, right? Come on. You can hunt. We believe in you. What if I say your name? David Emmett. David. Be a yokai. David. Oh, there. Oh. David, where are you? Are you here? David? Fold the cheese, David. I'm trying to. If we just keep talking with an open microphone, hopefully it'll just start hunting. It's kind of the plan. Come on, Ghosty. Oh, you threw the book in the tub. Oh, interesting. Ghosty, where are you? My husband David says you can't make him. Yes, yes, we can. Oh, you suck. Esmeralda, think of it the 5 months, friend. Did you say fold the cheese? Yes, I did. Where are you? Please be a yokai. Hey, shut up, yokai. Come on. You really suck. Here, we'll do this. Were you annoyed by the sound of the... Yeah, let's go. We got him. You're not my general. Richard Kraft. Hey, Ghosty, show up. I'm going to turn on the urinals. Can't flush the toilets. We can't do the urinal. You know what? Here. Yeah, good luck pooping in that water, a-hole. Now, because we have dots, orbs, and spirit box, it's a guarantee what this is. But right now, this is a nice little demonstration to show the ghost not using its ability. Oh, cool. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's nice. That's great. Wow, good for you, dude. Wow, that's awesome. Ghosty, can you be a yokai and hunt us early, please? It's not going to be early anymore if you don't hunt, dude. Oh. Always found the sound sensors to be tedious to use and set up. Are they really worth trying to use them? It never hurts to try. Never hurts to try. But if you don't find as much use in them as other people do, then I just wouldn't use them. Yeah. Ghosty, David, hello. Are you here? What if I go out here? Do you just not like me in your bathroom? Oh, there he is. We're going to leave in the next like 15 seconds if he doesn't just hunt me immediately. Hello? 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 My God. You can hear me, right? Hello? Yeah, okay. Yeah. Nothing wrong there. Ghosty. Hello? Where are you?
Safari?
Are you here? I guarantee to know it's with us. Hold on. Where are you? Are you here?
It's taken away.
Where are you?
I'm far from.
Are you near?
Slips away.
Where are you?
It's far and wide.
Are you here?
Taken away.
Where are you? Are you near? Where are you? Are you
Far
here?
and wide.
Are you
Get away.
near? Where are you?
Right
Are
here.
you close? Ah, I'm right here. Where are you?
Was taken
Are
away.
you angry?
Possible hate crime.
Are you old?
An elderly victim.
Where are you? This is a yokai, apparently. Where are you? Are you here? Are you near? Where are you? Where are you?
It's taken away.
Are you here?
Safari
Are you near? Where are you?
was taken away.
Dude, you really suck. Are you angry? Are you old?
An elderly
Are you angry?
person died.
I'm sure they did. That's it. You suck. We hate you. Goodbye. You have orbs. It can be a mimic. We have dots. It can't be a mimic. Yeah. We 100% know what the ghost is. We're just trying to get it to use its abilities so it'll kill us. But, yeah, there's nothing I can do about that. So we're just going to leave. It's fine. Dave's going to wait till you're about to leave. Dave's going to say, and now. No, ghost sucks. 0. Think of the 32 months. Yep. What a butthole. What was probably... It was probably thinking that my sanity wasn't low enough, which is kind of garbage because when you look at my watch, it's definitely down to like 75. That would be the rebuttal.
Welcome back. I've got some jobs ready for you.
The board was probably taking me above 80%, which is why it wasn't happening. Whatever, we got it. That's fine. All right, let's go back one more time. One more. Dastardly Dave. All right, this time. Give me this.
Got the intel.
Give
Looks like this is going to
me...
be a tough one. We've had reports of violence, and it looks like they left in a hurry.
Give me the salt. Give me this. Give me this. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do a thing this time. We're gonna do a thing this time. I didn't look to see where the power was. I also didn't grab the headgear. Here, we'll use it. Please have ghosts crawling on a wall and ceiling. Oh my god. That. Let's go get more stuff. Yeah, I'll get the lighter. I'm getting even more stuff from the truck. Don't even sweat it. We need more. Does the ghost read the highest number? I think I assume that your sanity is not just steady, that it's literally fluctuating like you see it right here, obviously. So I think it's going off of like when it does a check off of whatever the sanity it sees. So I think that's where it was getting us. All right, now we grab a lighter. We grab the night vision. We'll grab a flashlight. We'll grab... I kind of don't want to grab a crucifix because I kind of want to let it hunt. Yeah, that's the plan. Yeah. Tis the plan. Also, didn't look for the power again. That's okay. We're going to go back one more time. What is the weekly? The weekly is Sunny Meadows, all cursed possessions. All right, put you there. Drop. I thought I just heard the ghost. I'm like, really, bro? This is what we're going to do? All right, let's go get more stuff. Yeah, do as I command. Yeah. No, High Priestess. No, we're going to do the other thing. Is that a summoning circle? It is. There's a summoning circle. We have every cursed possession. Every single one for this weekly. All of them. Okay. And I'm going to bring smudge, and photo camera. Yeah, let's do it like this. And let's just see what happens. I could die, but you know what, though? It's worth it. Oh, let me see where the power is. Basement? Ooh, it's right there. Okay. Tis there. Now, right now, we have no idea where the ghost is. No clue. You die, you die. Yeah, dying in this one, not as big of a deal because you didn't bring anything. You didn't provide any money for the round. Got our juice. Let's go upstairs and let's light a circle, huh? I think that sounds like a fun plan. All right. So. Oh crap! This is gonna really hold on. It should prioritize. So when the ghost shows up, priority should be on the ghosty. So we should be okay. But like, look, we look around and we just have all of the cursed possessions here. Yeah, it should be fine. This, hopefully we can check to see if we have some possible UV. But what we're gonna do. This only happens whenever you have all the cursed possessions added. Yeah. Okay, sanity's up there. Let's make sure it's not hunting right now. No hunt. Oh, there it is. I was like, where the hell's the photo camera? Really, dude? Is this a wraith? It's either a wraith or a Galu. Oh, she's outside. Now, having the ghost teleport to us would be really nice, because that would sell it. For sure. But yeah, there you go. Unless the line of sight lasts long, which it could have. It technically could have, but this could be a Galu. Very easily could be one. Alright, my sanity's good enough that I could look in the mirror. Or, yeah, that's the way to go. Yeah. Ooh, what room was that? Oh my god. Is that in the basement? Or like right here near the front? Is that like over there? I think so. I think so too. I'm thinking the right underneath of us. I think if it was... directly underneath of us. Called it. Ma'am? Just go back downstairs. Here she comes. Oh, what a butthole. She stopped hunting. Yeah, it's Normie. I just want to be sure. I just want to verify. Let's go inside. Let's grab the... Listen, Granny. Give me both of these. I'm not necessarily worried about the salt, but I mean... just give me one. That'll be fine. Why would I use Frank? What use is Frank? Starting a hunt? You mean like with every cursed possession? I hate to say it, but the voodoo doll is one of the most dull cursed possessions we have. As a cursed possession. As a support item, he's wonderful. We love him. Because he feels left out. Well, tell him to get better at his job. Cards are better than Frank. They're more useful. Chink is going to fight you. Ghosty, hello. Oh, I never noticed that before. so quiet. I heard literally nothing at the end. What the hell?
Welcome back. There's some
I
jobs
got
waiting for you.
mimicked. Oh, Ghosty, you stinky turd. Oh. Touche. Touche. That got me good. But I'm glad it happened on the round where we were showing the Easter egg, because then we can do it again. Good deal. Love you. Was that a groan tube? Was what a no? Was what a groan tube? This is a groan tube. Right. Well, you know, we fooled ourselves. It was literally, I think it was mimicking a Galu to start. And that's why we were like, I don't know if this is a Wraith or if it's a Galu. It got me good. Okay, but this time I can take it seriously and we can go find the room and do all this stuff. All right, for real one more time. Gosh dang it.
We've arrived. Check the equipment and get set up
All right,
before
Heather Gayton,
investigating.
let's do a quick check.
The ghost here seems to be
Let's
linked
do
to
a quick
cursed
check.
object. Go and take a closer
This
look.
time
Maybe
I
using
could
it will help your
use the
investigation.
music box. I could use the cards. We do have options. All right. Oh, power's outside. That's fine, I guess. Hey, Ray, thank you for the biddies, man. Put a dent on the gamer license. Oh, don't say that. Why would you say such a thing? All right. So I'm going to bring this guy and I'm going to bring this guy out of sheer safety because we are about to use something. There's no find. Every cursed possession is literally together. There's no find. They are all in the same place. They are all in the same place. This line of questioning is is really, really weird. Have you ever been banned from somebody's chat? What is your favorite band? Telling me my son was my son. Okay. Anyway. Ghosty, want to reveal where you are real fast? Hello. All right. Do we want cards or a music box? Which one do you want? Locked in. Maybe we'll see. Cards? We can do cards. Cards, and then if we live, do the music box? Yeah? Sucker for a good tarot? Yeah. Yeah, it can be fun, depending on the end result, I suppose. Instant hangman. I would have... we would not have finished this today. Ooh. Oh, it's a full card. Gosh dang it. Never mind. Good fortune green. As you can see, our sanity has not changed. It's just full. I was hoping... Oh, God, she's back for more. Oh, no. She's here to finish the job. Now, a cool thing you can do, which I don't do very often, is if you get evented on, you can put motion sensors down to see which way the ghost is going back, because it doesn't teleport back to its room. It literally walks all the way back to its room. So that could have told us what direction she was going in, but we'll keep pulling cards. We'll keep going. Useless unless something has changed, which I don't think it has. It's a good thing we have all these cursed possessions. It's real. Okay. So, our sanity is 0. We're going to take advantage of that. All right. We are going to take that and go with it. We're doing this to make sure we know when the ghost he's hunting so we can start looking around. Sanity is 0, right? Yeah, okay. Hunting. Don't notice anything that way. Wait. Oh yeah, it doesn't lock. I forgot. Probably not that way. Okay. Little human, hello. Now we can actually walk. Oh, it's got some wheels. Ooh, interesting. It do be fast though. Okay. I might, you know what? Let's go. Let's keep pulling the cards. Maybe we'll get lucky. Let us see. Where are they at? I would like all my sanity back. Oh, it's a full card. Okay, I was about to say, gosh dang it. Tower. Okay. Oh, it's not in the boys area. I get killed. No, I think it's downstairs. I think it's in the hospital wing. That didn't do me any good at all. Fun. And my sanity is just tanked. So, do I want to try the power? Well, the box, my sanity, here's the issue. If I try to use the music box now, it's just going to break because my sanity is so low. If I wish for sanity, that's great. But then also the ghost's favorite room is going to change and then we don't know where it changes to. So there are consequences. I did see that. Yeah, I did see it out here. Let's get that on real quick and go back inside. What the hell? It'll be fine. Couldn't get it near the front, huh? Couldn't get it near the front. But you haven't found the room yet, but no loss. Yes, but we know what wing it's in. You son of a bitch. You know what? Fine. Stay off. I don't even care. You know what? Now I am going to do it. Now, when I look in the mirror, after wishing for sanity, it won't show me the next room immediately, right? Because the ghost has to get there first. Should you get out of bed and go outside? Do you think that that's a question to ask an online chat? Do you think all these trolls are going to say yes? Including me? I wish for sanity. Now my sanity is 50. What is happening? I'm not really sure, Wraith. I don't really know. It's a hard thing to answer. Walked outside to get the mail? That's close enough. That's fair. Yeah. All right, what I could do... that's not worth it. Let's get equipment inside. Wishes for IRL sanity, right? Full moon, eclipse, multiple different things. Who knows? Hard to say at this point. Put that over there. Put that over there. Put that over there. Back here. Get salt. Get UV. Get thermo. And that'll be one of everything in there. Spicy lettuce. What the hell? All right. I have ads playing, friends. We're going to wait. We'll wait until the ads are done, then we'll go back in. There we go. We shall wait. Just did a large hole outside the wall and put in a small door, so I just reached through to grab the mail. There you go. What wish breaks the breaker? Crap. You asked me too fast. Which wish breaks the breaker? Because wishing to be safe opens up a hiding spot, but then the ghost is able to hear you and sense your electronics. Activity. There you go. Wishing for activity will break the breaker. There. Thank you. Yep. Each one of them has a plus side, but then it also obviously has a consequence. So you just have to debate whether it's worth it for that consequence or not. A-Tips playing Sunny Meadows for the first time. If it's your first time, I would explore. Walk around, just get an idea of what the map is like. Honestly, it's one of the best things you can do. Explore. Zero, thank you for 32 months. Thank you again, friend. The consequence of wishing for sanity is that the ghost changes its favorite room. Yeah, so if you know what the favorite room is, it changes to another one. Yes, sir. I wish that would change the ghost. No, that'd be complicated. That'd be weird. I wouldn't like that. Pop, thank you for the 6 months, man. Is the weekly friendly? No. No, it's not. No, I'm just saying in general. Like, this would probably be a good time, though. I just answered the question. Wait, which one? Hey, Dead End. Doing well, friend. How are you? No, it's random. When it changes to a different room, it's 100% random. You have no idea. You just have to figure out where it moves to. Do the Sandy meds do anything on the weekly? Oh, yeah. They replenish a lot. I don't remember exactly how much, but they give you a lot back. Yep. Creeper, I don't really watch them. Yeah, nothing against them. I just don't watch them. So no, I did not. J-Mox, good to see you. Random as in it doesn't just move to one of the rooms near it. No, it moves to another room that is a roll of the dice. If every single room was on said dice. Random. You don't know. No idea. All right. Ads are done. Now we can go back inside. Cool. Groovy. Yay. All right. Let's go back inside. Heather Gayton. Imagine if I looked over here and now I saw orbs. That would be cool. It's not going to happen, but it's always worth a shot. Oh, ghosty, ghosty, ghosty. I kind of want to let you hunt. I think that's the smartest thing I can do right now is literally let it hunt. Because we need to figure out where it is again. You know what? I'm going to bring another one of these. Let's do the things. I have 2 smudges on me. Let's do the things. Let's do the Easter egg. Yeah, I did in the last round. Wait a minute. Did the ghosty turn the power back on? Not a Hantu? What we got so far? So far, nothing for this ghost. Nothing. I could go sit. in a dark room just to be sure. Why it's not hunting, I don't really know. If hiding here? Yeah. I mean, I could also just go use like the mirror and look now. By now, I would definitely know, right? Maybe that's what I do. F this. Okay. So now the ghost is not on that side. Now the ghost is on that side. Yippee. So now it's all the way downstairs, all the way at the end of the hall. So this is a nice prime example of what can happen when you wish for sanity. Yeah. No, you can't do the same wish twice. No, you can't do the same wish twice. What I could do though is I could just go take sanity from the truck and then move all this crap in there. Why does it switch rooms when you wish for sanity? Because it was a consequence that they coded into the game. It's meant to happen. Like, it's supposed to have that consequence. And I wish to be insane. Dude, we're already there. We don't gotta wish for that. No wish is required, friend. Not needed. Yeah, this is the weekly. It's upstairs, I'm thinking, down that way now. We just gotta wait for it to be done. Let's go take a sanity real fast and see what happens. Since I'm sitting at 26, we take 1. That's probably drive us all the way up. Almost fully replenishes our sanity. We're gonna literally take another one. All right. I'm gonna bring this down there. I'm gonna bring. Let's go back to the front door. No, we have not been inside of the ghost room yet. No. All right, give me video camera. This. Give me the spirit box. If they didn't have a downside, what? We're gonna leave the night vision on. It's just gonna make it easier. I can see being fine on Tangle or Willow, but prison or Sunny is crazy. I like that it does stay in the same wing. Would be. I'm confused. All right, so our ghosty should be in here. See the chair? And there's the breath. So yeah, ghosty's here. It was in the hospital wing, and then it moved to the restricted wing. Where are you?
Was taken away.
Sold. Does anyone know when the update's releasing? No, not yet. No clue. I'm a little curious with how fast that ghost was. I'm gonna try something real quick. Oh. you wait? Did you kick the power again? Mother. God damn it. Ghost, you really suck. You know that? Definitely not a djinn. I don't think so. I want to try something real quick, though. Clap on, clap off. Yeah. Hantu? No. I think the ghost might have turned the breaker back on itself. And if it did that, Hantus can't do that. So I don't think so. Yeah, disable. This jerk. I need a small room with a light. Let's go to this one. Is that going down? Because it certainly looks like it is. Literally ticking down. So, we should only need to bring ghost writing and a thermo. Let's go double check. Shall we? Ray, thank you for the gifted to Apollo. Give me that. And for funsies, we're going to bring a smudge, just in case you're an a-hole. Yeah. Because of the speed, and we got the spirit box, that made me a little curious if we were cursed by this thing or not. Try to do community play this month. Yeah, I already did. Yeah. I said if we, because of how quickly we're kind of moving through this month, that if we reached the monthly again before like the middle of the month, that we'll have another one this month for sure. 'Tis the plan. Oh, what are you looking at? Let's put this down here. Check the temps. Oh, look, it's freezing. No way. All right, right in the book. Come on. Right in the book. Do the thing. Grumpy, thank you for the gifted membership, man. Right in the book. Where are you?
From behind.
Gross, where are you? Are you here? Are you near?
Far.
Where are you? Are you here? Where are you?
From behind.
Are you near?
In a close knit.
Are you angry?
Only death call.
Watch it. Ghost writing in 3, 2, 1. I tried to will it. It didn't work. Watch it not be writing. Watch it not be a Moroi. Hello? Hey, do the thing, idiot. You know what? Here, let's make you a little more active. Here, eat smudge. Here, eat smudge. Eat it. Eat smudge. How'd that taste? Huh? You like that? What was that? What just popped up for me? I swear to God if that was an orb. What's my sanity now? Oh, it's not low enough. All right, I'm leaving. I hate you. But I tell you what. We can't go home without a souvenir. Ghost orb in the desk drawer. Luckily, it was writing, so that automatically gave us our ghost. We knew it was a Moroi. Yes, sir. Valerie, thank you for the follow. Hello. How does your night vision look so clear? I haven't done anything to it. Yeah, mine's blurry too. It's just it's the depth. The depth. The further away it gets, your focus is way closer to your face. So that's why this is in focus. But when I go like that, it goes out of focus. Like, you see how sharp this is, but how dull that is? Yeah. Still waiting for the unique ghost running ghost. I don't know if you're going to get it. I just don't know if that's going to happen. All right. Let's take our meat and get out of here. What you holding there? Peace meat. Little souvenir. It looks like it has more life than the steaks at like at Bleasdale and Nell's. All right. Moroi. Always go left at the top of the stairs. Oh no. You're just not used to playing it. That's all. That's all.
Welcome back.
Leroy. We knew what it was before we got the damn evidence. You gotta love it.
Fancy moving up in the world? A prestige is now available.
Uh-oh. Well, friends, that's the weekly. It's finched. I'm also level 100 with me, which means that I could prestige again. Oh boy. We're not doing that quite yet. We're not ready for that yet. No. Oh no. King Wally, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. No, not today. I am going to go get a drink and then I'm going to return. Okie dokes. Imagine doing that before random. Yeah, no shot. No, because we might, there's a possibility that we might do random tier as well. That might also be on the docket. So we'll see. All right. I'm going to go to get a drink real quick. No, not a blue cheese. No, you shush. You shut your lips. Savage, thank you for the prime. I have a fridge full of drinks, but nothing I'm actually going to drink. All right. I'll be right back. Don't do anything naughty. And I'll return. We hath returned. Hello, hello. What soda did you get? Sprite. Did you want her to join off of you? I could join her. I could join her so she has control over the randoms, the randomness, for sure. So very welcome in. No, not a ranch. Thank you, Shauna. Sprite's goated. Sprite Zero. It's my jam. That's my go-to. Western Grit. Good to see you. All right, let's go back out of this way, and then we'll go join
Welcome back.
our friend
Job's
for the
ready for you.
games. Good night, Mr. 420. Appreciate you, friend. Cozy, good to see you. Hello. Savage Panda. Thank you for the prime, man. Ay, ay, ay. I see joinable. Thank you, Shauna. What the hell?
I don't mean to alarm you, but something weird is happening with your eyes.
Okay, I don't mean to alarm you, but ditto.
One is like looking like, well, no, I guess they're both looking down, but you're like missing half your eyelid on one.
Your eyes are literally popping out of your skull, and you have a lot of hair growing off your forehead.
Listen, I can't help it. I was born this way.
I mean, you know, you do you, I guess. All right.
Maybe I like my hair halfway down my forehead.
Oh my gosh.
You know, it's fancy.
Just shave the rest. I just leave the one line there, and then I just get rid of the rest.
The new style of bowl cut. Oh my god. Okay, clarification. Did you
Yes.
want to do just random map, random difficulty, or did you want to throw equipment tier in there as well?
I leave that up to you. If you are feeling spicy and you want to throw the tier in there as well, that's fine with me, unless you'd rather just worry about random map, random settings.
You know,
It's up to you.
as fun as tier 1 gear is.
It's sure is a blast, especially tier 1 gear when you're like, oh, I'm walking at 50% speed. Yep.
Right, you never know. Yeah, I think we just do.
Yeah,
map
I
and
think so.
difficulty.
Okay. Yeah, and I mean, and the way that it's up to you, but the way that I always do it, I just make sure via covering my screen, I just make sure that it's above a ×1, and then
Well, do you want to do like do you want to do that kind of random, or do you just want to do like standard difficulties and it'll just pull from?
Oh, that's up to you. What'd you have in
That's
mind?
what I see. I did a terrible idea of explaining.
Okay.
Clearly.
Because
I was
that's
just thinking
random
standard
to
difficulties,
me.
and it would just and it'll just roll and pick.
Right, but we don't
difficulty in
have
that.
to do that. We can make it where it chooses between amateur and APOC, like what we have to do. That's fine too.
Right, exactly. That
Yeah.
was my thought.
Okay,
So,
I'm cool with that.
So it'll just be one of the standard difficulties. It'll be
Deal.
random what we get and what we're
Okay.
playing. Yeah.
I'm down, Charlie Brown. Usually just open the character custom menu and exiting fixes the ID photos. Yeah, I kind of want to leave them alone.
So bad news.
I'm guessing we're starting on APOC 2.
Yep.
Nailed it. Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah. At Grafton.
Awesome.
Yep.
Let's do this. We're so dead.
This is not gonna go well.
We're so dead. So we're doing a different kind of random today. It's a random standard difficulty. Okay. And then a random map that is done via her.
Yep. So this will be great. And I don't know if you want to provide some equipment because I still don't even have tier 3 crucies.
It might not be a bad idea to switch to night vision this time.
Yeah, let me disable my loadout.
Yeah, I can enable mine. Or if you want, just change it to the tier 3 headgear because we can't use the tier 2s. Crimson, thank you for the 37 months.
Hang on.
So yeah, just upgrade them bad boys.
Flashlights are on. Oh, I don't have tier 3 headgear either. I'm a little broke.
Dang, dude. Fine, I'll do it. Holy crap.
Sorry.
Shish kebabs. All right, hold on. There we go. I fixed it. All right. Tier 3 salt might also be handy as well. Oh, okay. All right. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Sanity meds. We'll go and do that too, because who needs money? Money's stupid. All right. Are you cool with tier 2 incense or do you want tier 3?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Tier 2 sounds good.
Okay.
Yeah. Beautiful. Sorry, I'm broke.
No, it's okay. I realized that what the equipment we were looking at to begin with was my equipment. Because I'm red, I was like, oh, that was mine. Yeah. Okay, well,
we're doing great. We're doing great.
So
yeah, so we're gonna be 75% speed, and
no
we
sprint.
start at 50% sanity. So the ghost is basically just gonna be hunting us.
Number of hiding places? None. Let's go.
None.
Awesome.
Ghost is 150. I'm prepared to walk in there and die. It's
Yep.
okay. This will be short-lived.
We got this. Not really. It'll be
we
fine.
got this.
I don't know where the natural hiding spots are on this map. I feel like I'm going at an incredible rate, Harry.
I'm so fast. I've never been so fast in my life.
You're so fast, my damn life. All right. What do I even want to start with at this point? On APOC, this is the APOC 2 standard preset, right?
Yeah.
Is that one evidence?
Yeah.
Okay.
Technically.
Okay.
So Sandy pills restore 5%, and we're at 50.
Okay. Are you just like
They're gonna go really far.
You're gonna take one?
Yeah, I'm gonna take 2.
All right. Yeah. Sure.
Might
Why
as
not?
well put us at 60.
All right. It'll get us into the building before we die.
Yeah.
I dig it.
Gonna bring some salt and
Okay.
a smudge and
Bring a video camera, I guess, for funsies.
Yeah, I mean, because we might be able to get an
Blazing
evidence. Maybe the ghost is right inside the front door.
Right. What if I go in
know.
there and all of a sudden, pow, we got herbs, you know?
Right.
Maybe even spices. What if I can see the orbs from here? Like in a window or something.
Oh, that'd be cool.
That'd be awesome.
Just
It's
see him
not gonna
floating out
happen.
the roof. The hole in the roof just
Oh
has.
man,
Or,
that'd be so cool. Fury Den, think of the 38 months. Well, we can open the door and see if maybe Ghosty decides to, you know, pay us a visit with an item or something. You
yeah.
never know.
Just do something, ghost. We believe in you.
You know what I'm gonna do? Give me 1 sec. I'll be right there. I mean, you don't have to go in there.
Okay.
I'm going to use a resource. Let me check this. Grafton Farmhouse. Map Explorer. Unofficial hiding spots. Okay. This is what we're looking at. Oh, I don't need this. So, unofficial hiding spots in here. We've got 2 in the workroom that are not great, but are, you know. We got that one in the corner. Although hiding behind the fireplace door is not bad. And there's that guy inside a utility. Upstairs, we've got the hallway over there in the corner of master bath. And that's it. Okay. Because we're going to get hunted early, I almost want to run to utility. Or I go over here and I could go behind the door. Maybe that's the move. All right. Well.
Alright, I brought us a firelight. Oh, nope, that's my lighter.
F this.
Okay, bye.
That rain's loud, dude.
We left our lights behind.
I think that was her with the door.
It's in the living room.
That's awesome.
I heard it throw something.
Let's say living room or hallway?
Living room, because the temps were colder.
Ah, okay.
I'm
gonna try to walk up there, okay?
Hey,
Remember me.
listen, we started at 60% sandy. We're gonna be fine. We've got like
Except our
30
sanity
more
probably
seconds
depleted
before
like
it can murder
crazy
us.
by now. More upchuckery, I heard that. Alright, I'm going to get more stuff.
Okay. Be fast.
Let me know if you die, okay?
Yep.
We're so fast. We're so speedy.
Okay, it's trying to murder us.
Well, tell it to knock it off. That. This. Okay. We have faith. I'm glad somebody does. Hi. Alright, I'm bringing another crucifix. We have the dots in a book. So hopefully we can get our one piece of evidence. That'd be really nice. Has it only... Oh, never mind. She Scooby-Dooed her ass right up there. Rhonda? Rhonda? Rhonda, why so angry? Okay, where did she hunt from, dude? If that...
Is it done?
Yeah. 2.8 degrees.
Did we really just get freezing? What?
No, 2.8.
Oh, I thought you said point 8. I was like, it was staying around 3 for me. That's so rude.
She's dying to meet us. Ugh, yuck. No speed. We'll be fine.
Well,
All right, I got a book down. I got dots down. Got a video camera. We see no orbs. So like, getting the one
we know
evidence
if it-
would be nice.
ooh, I wonder if it walked in the salt.
Ooh, we could do more, couldn't we? I'll bring a spirit box too. All right, spirit box. That guy. Maybe motions. You know what? Flashlights work, right? Oh, I need to bring another flashlight. Let's try this.
I might die.
Well, don't.
It did walk in the salt. I put more down.
Double smudge.
Why?
Did it try to eat the cruci while you're in there?
No.
Okay, I'm going in. Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Are you near? Writing's out of the that's off the table.
Okay.
Yeah, so she threw the book. I don't see freezing. It's almost warmer now, but she just vented on me right here.
We'll walk through the salt, ghost. That Crucie's completely eaten.
Okay. I'll wait right here. Watch it be a Goryo, right?
I don't know where she's hanging out at.
I don't know. She's kind of being a weenie.
Well, she's 1,000% being a weenie. Just give us our evidence. But yeah, I didn't see orbs.
7 weenie.
I didn't see orbs. We're not gonna get writing.
Hmm.
Doesn't feel like we're gonna get freezing. You weren't getting spirit box.
I got nothing.
Dots
Yeah, the ghost is 150 speed. Yeah.
UV.
Megasaurus, think of the 13. Well, might just need to run in there again. And just,
Might just have to let her hunt. I do think. Well, I'm rusty on my 150 speeds. I think she was normal.
I do not do a lot of 150s, so yeah, I'm also a tidbit rusties.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, I'll walk in and you.
Have it. Team. Did she just walk?
Did you hear footsteps?
I thought I did.
Damn it.
No. Oh, she did on this one. Yeah. They'll probably know UV.
Okay. That was right next to me. She just smudged her. You're alive?
Yeah, I smudged her about 30 seconds.
Roger that. I think she moved.
I think she did too.
It's 5 degrees, 3.9 in the kitchen. Dude. Yeah, it's colder here. Where's that other crucifix? Does it still have a bite? Did you move that other crucifix?
Okay. Yeah, I just threw it in the kitchen.
Okay. Was Lurk
Yeah,
Roll
my
had supper? No
lantern.
worries.
What the heck are you doing over here, lady?
Uh-oh.
But definitely no UV.
That's because we have dots.
Oh my god.
I just smudged her again.
Okay, I'm grabbing. Do you want me to bring you another smudge? Or do you already have one?
Yeah, we could if you want to.
Never mind, there's only one in the truck!
You're fine, just use it, you're fine. Event. Avanti. Shit, I did do a timer. Stalking me? Is this a fan of Tom? No, it's not.
Oh wow, just
Not a
show
phantom.
off. Wow.
Yeah,
Not a phantom. No, she didn't look that invisible anyways. And she didn't speed up near the flashlight last hunt, so I don't
Okay.
think she's a Raiju.
I'm gonna go get a parabolic. I'm gonna go get a parabolic. Let this be an Oni. Could be. We could hide and then we could watch it on the camera while it's hunting. And she did go running in front of me once, but it wasn't clear enough. Yeah, maybe she's a banshee. Could be. We could also watch for like possible Oni blinkage too. If somebody wants to like hide and the other watch the ghost hunt.
I
Banana, thank you for the super chat, man.
sounded fast enough to be like a Thay or a Dildagas.
Yeah. Did it perfect. APOC, one game. Perfect no evidence game. Trying to do APOC one on Sunny Meadows. You got it, dude. You can do it. Will you still get the door close sound when the front door is closed? Like, when it shuts, will it make a door sound? It should. Look out. Hey, Golden. How are you? I'm gonna sit in the potty for a second and just see if I get lucky and get like a banshee scream or something, you know? But yeah, we lost break. Wash your hands. Roger that. I'm pretty sure that that's a normal 150. Taking a chance being here. Sure likes to sing. Oh, it's just the sound that they choose for whenever they're hunting. It's a random sound. So that doesn't necessarily mean the ghost is any certain kind of ghost. So we'll see. Valkyrie, have a good one. Golden, think of the lurk. sweating for you. No miss from yet? No. So, stepped in salt. We're pretty sure the speed is normal. Not a Goryo, not a Dio. It's normal, not that. Probably not a Dale to Gast. Banshee, Oni, Yokai, Yurei. I was kind of purposely leaving my electronics on there to see if I get lucky and it was close enough to test for a yokai. I'm a little suspicious of a yokai. I did get the one piece of evidence. Yeah, we got dots. We saw it in person, and we're pretty sure that it's a normal speed ghost for 150. So, this is what we're down to. Watching it is going to be a little difficult. I do have a way, though. Definitely normal, yeah. Yeah, this is Grafton. Yeah. What's Ghosty doing? Smudge. I don't think it's a yokai. Do not think it's a yokai. High break. Look out. Oh, look, free smudge. Do I have... Oh, no. Is the ghost in here? Shit. Well, that... Never mind. That kind of ruins my plan. My plan was to watch it. Try to do, you try to set it up like this, like literally sit in the room with the ghost. And just pray. Let's try. I might die. I'm sitting in the room with the ghost. Not Noni. I'm so on edge right now. How much do we want to bet this is a Ure? How much do we want to bet? That's twice that thing came to me whenever it shouldn't have. This is either a Ure or a really awful Banshee. So here, if you're next to me, this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking this is either A, a Ure, or B, a really terrible Banshee. What if I go out here? What the hell? What if I go out here? What if the ghostie comes to the front door and just shuts the front door? Oh, hey, look. Oh, a duck. You know what? I'm not keeping you dead. I'm going Ure. I think it's a Ure. Junior Banshee. It doesn't feel like it was stalking us when we were on the floor with it. Hell, it didn't feel like it stalked me when I was literally in the room with it. Okay. Oh, let's try. If it is a Ure, that's just mean. Just mean. Weirdest Banshee ever, but has, yeah, door interaction, right.
Welcome back. I've got some jobs ready for you.
Nothing I can do when it doesn't want to do what it's supposed to
Just a
do.
really dumb Banshee.
Told you. I was like, it's either a Ure or it is a Banshee that is not stalking and not doing the Banshee wail.
Hey,
So,
I'd say we did did pretty good.
That's a fake Banshee. Oh, bull.
Fake Banshee. I walked in there and she started hunting right on top of me, and I tried to smudge, and no.
It was so close to the ghost room. That's why that didn't make me think like, oh, it stalked you. It was right there with the ghost room. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. No, I don't blame you for thinking Yuri, because yeah, it definitely didn't. It didn't. You. Well, I guess you went upstairs, so it couldn't stalk you.
I did, but then when I was sitting in its room,
yeah,
nothing.
It was right there.
Okay. Ghostie's getting tricked.
Well, let's
Ghosties are getting
not,
mean.
You know.
That's what they're getting. They're getting mean.
Oh God.
Oh,
I
listen. You know.
So if you were to be like, hey, what could be worse than APOC 2 at Grafton?
APOC 3 at high school.
Well, it's not high school.
Oh, prison. All right, sounds good.
No, it's APOC 3 at Grafton.
Oh, okay. Really kick it up a notch.
We're just off to a great start. And watch,
Well,
after these two, it's just going to be like, you can
amateur.
have amateur for the rest of the night. Yeah.
Lou, thank you for the 36 months.
Oh my god.
Gosh, dang it. All right, let's go. We got this. Easy. Come on, blood. Don't say that.
Yeah, I mean, we'll die even quicker. I'll die even quicker this time. It'll be great.
Finally catching one of the streams. Cosmic, hello. Oh, man. All right, don't run too fast to the front door. I don't want you to hurt yourself, okay?
You felt slow. You felt slow last time.
All right, I'm gonna start trucking stuff to the front door, I suppose.
Oh my god. Okay.
What's that? I can't hear you when I'm in
We
hyperspeed.
just walk in there.
No, I'm gonna get more stuff.
We just walk in there and take one to the face and be done. It's tempting.
Sure. Put that in there. Look in here, see orbs real fast, and then just leave, you know? All right, more stuff. GZL, hello, friend. This, I don't know. We'll see what happens. This might be my last one, or the next one might be my last one, and we might cut it early. A, gotta wake up early because the missus and I are going to be hanging out for the day. B, trying to make sure that I don't push it too far. The title for this, random, but they're all APOC? Yeah. Ghosties, not ghostings. I'm getting all the smudges to the front door. Dio for a quick win. Oh, I would not be upset. Watch, we would still get got. It would trap us in a room, and it would run away and then come right back. Yeah. I have ad. You know, I'm gonna go ahead and run ads right now. I'm gonna run ads while we're doing this. Okay. 3 minutes of ads. We're literally walking back and forth. I'm gonna run them right now. There we go. There we go.
This is what ghost hunting will be like when you're like 85.
Wait, what? It's doing what now?
No, I said this is what ghost hunting will be like when you're like 85.
Oh, yeah.
You just get an early taste.
And the normal ghost speeds just feel like they're running at the speed of light.
Because you're so slow.
Because we're so slow,
yeah.
right? It's like the sloths in Zootopia.
That's a very. I like it. I like the comparison. It's very apt.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
I'm gonna bring I'm gonna bring the other
probably.
lanterns. Yeah. I'll probably do one more run to the truck. It's a speed run to the afterlife. Yeah, basically. We'll see what happens. Torstellini, thank you for the prime. Thank you for the sub, dude.
Hey, new equipment. A cane or maybe a walker.
Hey, let's go with some wheels.
Motorized scooters.
For houses that have multiple floors, they have those little benches that like an elevator that go up the stairs.
yeah.
That'd be awesome. Hi, Carumba. Walkers with tennis balls. Yes, sir. Is there a fast forward button? That's me. If this turns into a video, it's me cutting. That's what that fast forward button is. Imagine what?
What are those chairlifts?
Yeah, I don't remember what they're called, but yeah. You just pop a squat and it just it just goes around. What's that horror? Was it Gremlins where the lady is sitting on the chair and it like goes wacky and it goes flying up the stairs and then she goes flying out the window? Was that Gremlins?
Gremlins, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you
I
know
don't know if
how
you've seen
long
that.
it would
It's
take
great.
you? Do you know how long it would take you to get up to the top?
That's what Point Hope should be. All right. Well, I guess there's not much else we can do here, huh?
Yeah. Grabbing things for funsies at this point.
I mean, I guess I could possibly go into the living room and just try to like dodge, I guess, or go upstairs and go straight back to the back of the bathroom. I'm trying to think of what the closest spot is. What the hell? What the hell are you laughing at?
It's even better when I like look down and notice like you're wearing like the grandpa pants.
Oh yeah. And little fast scoots too. That's the best part. I'm not even walking slowly. I'm just. I'll get there eventually.
Your legs are moving just as much, but you're not.
You ever seen the
going
guy that does the Grand Theft Auto roleplay as the old man? What I feel like when I'm walking like
I don't
this.
think I
forget.
have.
I forget the old man's name. Like Gerald or Harold or I don't remember what his name is.
Right, I love it.
Ads are done. There we go.
Oh man. Okay.
Okay, so what's our plan here, Stan? Not
Get to a spot
die?
where we can survive.
James Randall.
Yeah, not die.
James
So
Randall.
I don't know
Mr.
the
Randall?
hiding
Hey.
spot next to the fireplace in the dining room is pretty solid, but it's
Okay.
not very close either.
It is not. Also, there's a spot kind of upstairs in the back of the bathroom. There's a spot to go. I mean, we could just split shift, and I mean, the odds are higher for
Yeah.
one of us to live.
Right. See, because we don't know where the ghost is gonna spawn.
We have no idea, and it's probably going to spawn upstairs near me and just murder my face off.
Well, if it does, then I'll be right behind you.
All right.
Um.
I'm
Okay.
going
Do you know where the other
crucifix.
cruci is?
No, I've got one in my hand.
I know it's here. I think.
Hold on. I'll throw this one outside.
Oh, there it is.
Find it.
I see it. I got it. Yep.
All right.
Okay. So I've got a cruci, a couple smudges, and
All right.
yep. I'll head to the fireplace and
I'll head upstairs.
Godspeed. I guess.
All right, let's go. Change your plans. I didn't set a timer. Oh my god, dude. I scared the shit out of myself. I didn't mean to. I went to touch the switch. I may have made myself poop my shorts. I went to hit the switch and I opened the door. Break. Okay. So I take it she didn't make it. She got deleted? Roger that. Was it instantaneous? Like, was it literally when she got back there? Yeah. Okay. Floyd, think of the 2 months. Same spot as last round? They just never learn, you know? I don't know if it's done hunting, dude. I'm just gonna have to go for it. I would like to be in a spot where I can hear it stop hunting. I wonder if she got any of her smudges off or if she still has some. Otter, how are you? Hey, Dorito. You made the ghost run into her? How did I make the ghost run into her? I went upstairs. The ghost spawned downstairs. I don't think she got a smudge off. Okay. I was gonna say, if it spawned in the if it spawned in the dining room area, I wonder if I could drop the smudge through the floor and get the ghost to eat the crucifix that way. Got a sword. Sure. I don't hear the ghost at all. So I don't know what's going on right now. Oh, there. Now I hear it. If it would have started underneath us, I would have heard it. It started over there. Was that 3 minutes? Is that why that took so damn long? Is this a spirit? Oh, I know where it is. It's gonna hunt me if I can get there. Oh my god. So, it's in the mannequin room. Well, Ghostie's in the mannequin room. I'm fairly certain to just teleportate one of them up to the poopate. Oh, the ghosties. Oh, there's something. So fun fact, I have no smudges on me, and if I walk back in, I'm gonna die. However, we're almost certain that this ghost started hunting 3 minutes after I smudged. So we're gonna go spirit and get you back to life, okay? Wonder if I could look through in there real quick with a video camera just to make sure we don't have orbs or something. Rake has a smudge, but here's a problem with that. She's all the way down. She's straight ahead, and I am 50 speed. They're offline. What the hell? I know. Okay. I'm going to do a quick Orby check, maybe, if I can. Actually, wait. Let me get a tripod just in case that'll work. If I walk in, I'm dead because the ghost is going to come from the mannequin room and just come straight around and murder me. Yeah. Unless I just by chance, if I by chance somehow got in there and it ate the crucifix or something. What difficulty? This is the APOC 3 settings. APOC 3. Loop it. No, you're not going to get a boost. You don't get a boost when you have the 50 speed, no sprint. Can we see in here well enough? Oh, yes I can. All right, I see no orbicals. If I did, that would have been insane. Hey, Sushi, how are you? Okay. All right, I'm going spirit friend. Bringing you back. A little cheesy. Hey, man. The cameras can still clip and look through the walls. We've been able to do that ever since Phas first released. Always been a thing. Stud, what's up, dude? And the duck is back. Okay. Let's do it. Come on, Sperate. Come on, Sperate. Oh, Malanta.
Welcome back. I've got some jobs ready for you.
It was a Banshee again. So you tell me, why the hell are Banshees like effed? What's going on?
Because are you saying because you didn't get a banshee scream or
No,
'cause-
this one, it waited over 3 minutes to hunt again.
Oh, gotcha.
I mean, yes, that's technically any
know.
ghost can do that, but
I don't know. She just was busy
Ghosts are-
Doing something for
Ay,
3
ay, ay.
minutes.
I don't know. But I'm going Banshee next time if anything happens.
How was I the one to die both times?
That's kind of funny. It is funny that you were the target because we would have known if it would have chosen me as the target, you would have known it was a Banshee because you would have lived. When in doubt, Banshee it out. We're gonna have to
kind
now.
of sucks. And I like where she hunted from. I didn't give me a chance to even like scroll to my smudge.
Well, did you have your crucifix out at least?
I had my crucifix in my hand, so
Okay.
she hunted far enough away.
Is it maybe because she's the host? It
That
could be. Why she's the target?
yeah,
Yeah.
she didn't bring the cruci, but I didn't hear her until she was too close. Didn't see her until anyways.
Right.
Okay, well, it gave us APOC 2 at Grafton again, so I re-rolled because we already did that.
It really wants us to complete one of these.
So how about this won't be so bad. This won't be so bad. APOC 1 at
Okay.
Ridgeview.
Do you like
We get
only
two
have
evidence.
APOC 1, 2, and 3 like
No,
as your
I swear
random?
to God, I swear to God, they're all in there. I don't know what is happening.
I think she's
It's like,
lying.
oh, Flash is here. He needs a challenge.
APOC 1 on which one?
Ridgeview.
Okay. All right.
I mean, the APOC 1 settings are a little bit funky, but they're not too bad.
No, it's fine.
It's doable.
75 or 100. We can't sprint. Ghostie's 150. We do get 2 pieces of evidence though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's like a weird insanity nightmare with a fast ghost.
Yeah, it's a little sus. It's a little weird. And we get a cursed possession though.
That we do.
Roger that.
We've arrived.
Oh my God, you were so close.
Sorry. Man, it feels so much faster. All right, let's go get this
Being
Banshee.
normal speed is nice. All right. Yep. Banshee. It's another female ghost. Banshee number 3. Okay.
All right.
So we start at 75, but
We
20% sanity pill restoration. Cursed object. I don't know. In some ways, is it better than insanity? Because at least you get a cursed object.
Yeah. I would say that these settings are better than insanity. Yes. And you get 2 pieces of evidence. And it's a higher multiplier.
It's same. Yeah,
It's
6x.
silly. Just silly.
It is silly.
Watch it be a D. That's why I have a smudge. Literally why I have a smudge in my hand.
I think the power starts on as well, honestly.
Thunder Jam.
Yep, power starts on.
Oh, snap. Yeah, this is way better than insanity. Insanity sucks. Ghost. The difficulty now is APOC 1. And we can see our sanity. Like, what the hell? Picture down upstairs. I don't know if it's in the hallway. I'm not 100% on that.
Okay.
That. Let's go get more stuff. Let us see.
I just turned on a shower.
Well, tell it you're not interested. Seven. The old stank ghost? That's right. It's a clean banshee. I hate it here. Oh no. We have dots and it's a child.
Oh, God.
Where are you? Are you here?
I didn't see orbs. If it's in the hallway, I didn't see orbs.
It just turned off the shower and now it turned it back on.
Wow. It's just like a child's wastewater like that, you know?
You know it's raining outside, right?
I did not realize.
Ultraviolet orbs. I swear to God. Maybe. That might be a 5. Bringing this, this, and this. Noted. Look out, it's a shadow.
Gross. I got attacked.
Hey, Alex, thank you so much, man.
I walked in the salt.
All right, well, we have dots. We saw it in person. Walked in the salt. So we have a Dale to Ghast, an Oni, or a Raiju.
Nice.
All right, let me... I'm going to sneeze. Okay, we're okay. I still think it's a Banshee who says, F your evidence. I'm going to go up there. I'm going to go in there and throw a bunch
Did
of
he
crap.
just preemptively throw a bunch of stuff?
That's my plan, Stan. Thank you. There's 3, 6, 9. Girl, fine. Okay, there's 12. This will be for nothing, though, if it does try to hunt.
We're not that low. When I was in the truck, we were at like 60.
Interesting. Is that a Raiju?
It would have to be, right?
I would assume so. I'm fairly certain a Dale to Ghast is a 50%er, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
I think so. What electronics do we have here? Wow,
Okay,
dude, what a hooker pants.
Mean
I'm on
spirited.
it. I'm on it. Yeah, it burned the crucie the second I said it. Why pile stuff if it's not a Pulte? Because we're not piling it for a Pulte. I was moving a bunch of stuff into a pile so that way we could test for the Dale to Ghast. But we don't think it's a Dale to Ghast. We think it's a Raiju. The reason we think it's a Raiju is because it tried to hunt us. Yeah, it tried to hunt us above 50% is probably
Above
our
50.
sign.
Yeah. Pretty confident we're gonna hear a very speedy.
Oh yeah, I don't even know what the
ghost.
cursed is. That's a
But
good
I don't
point.
think we have any electronics down here.
No, and I
turned
turned the
on,
flashlight
so.
off.
Okay.
We have an electronic here somewhere. All right, there's an electronic here somewhere.
It did finally.
There's
it
an
did
electronic.
finally slow down.
Where is it?
It
We-
just had to get far enough away. Was
We
it?
we have an electronic somewhere. But
Oh,
where?
God.
The dots? You think that that's affecting it downstairs? My headgear's not on. If it was on, you would know because you'd see night vision. Oh, I wonder if break. Did you
I think
turn
it
off
might
an
have just been
electronic
picking up.
upstairs?
I turned off all the electronics upstairs. I think it might
must
have
have
just
been
been picking
something.
up something close enough to the stairs that it was staying fast
Yeah.
down here.
That's a Raiju for sure.
Yeah.
All right, we need a video of it, okay?
Oh God. Okay.
I'm gonna go get a
You want me
video camera for
to?
the
You
truck.
want to try and?
Oh, I guess we could do it that way, couldn't we? Oh, yeah.
If you want to try, someone can try and get it from the truck, and someone be
Alright.
inside.
Yeah. Try to hurry. I forgot we have a camera up in the hallway. As long as the ghost hasn't ripped it off the stand. You can just throw the same pile. It has to be unique items in between each hunt. Hey, there's no camera available anymore. You know. No,
I'm grabbing it.
Okay.
There you go.
Thanks.
Oh, maybe we could get a dots video.
Oh yeah. What about this ghost that's about to come at you right now?
Owie. Okay, I'm taking the
All the
Christmas
evidence
downstairs.
Raiju, the game said no.
Do you
This
want
is
me
a
to bring the
banshee.
camera down? What do you think is about leaving it where it is?
I'll try it like this, and if that doesn't work, I'll grab one from the truck and I'll bring it into the front door.
Okay.
And then we can swap spots, and then you can try to record it. I think lightning just struck. This should be good. And we need to get below 25%. Oh. No space between lightning and thunder. Wait, what? Got it. All right, now we just need to drop our sanity. I need to drop my sanity. Let's bring this. Go inside. Looks like there's a party going on. Hey, where's the party at?
Upstairs.
We didn't see the cursed possession, did we?
Upstairs in the bedroom. That's what I was just wondering. Cause no, it's not.
It's not the circle. It's not the cards. I wonder if it's the music box.
Not the mirror. Not the Ouija. Not the. Oh, the cruises are down here, by the way. And I
Single
didn't see
bite.
them. Careful.
It's fine. What's it gonna do? Try to commit murder.
You find it?
Sure did.
Is it the paw? Oh.
I didn't realize that when you throw it down when you throw it down now.
It stays open.
No, it makes a little jingle.
Oh.
Do you hear that? Yeah.
I couldn't
Pick it up
hear
and throw
it.
it down.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
If you're the one to throw it, right?
Bitch.
Okay.
Whatever.
She's just mean. It's fine.
Stupid kid. We'll just drain our sanity this way. Bye, sanity. And I'm gonna
it's
escape.
Nice knowing
Damn it.
you. No, we're not.
Hey, Night Watch. Thank you, dude.
I'm sorry. She's stuck. Why does it sound like she's walking on gravel? Oh, poor little ghost.
Stuck right there.
Oh. The big...
Man, these new photos are getting crazy realistic.
See, this is why I'm happy for reworked maps, because that doesn't happen
Nope.
on the reworked maps.
Anytime you are in ridge view and it sounds like the ghost is walking in gravel, it's stuck. That's what that means. You know what?
Well, look at us.
That's an APOC win.
That is. See? Told you
I'll take
APOC
that any day of the week.
Yeah.
Man, the remake of that Ring movie really sucks, huh? The unsticking service, you could call Chinggis. He would be willing.
Welcome back. I've prepared some jobs for you.
Awesome sauce. Awesome sauce.
A win is nice. A win feels good.
That does feel good. I think that was needed after that stupid banshee. All right. I can do one more.
Okay.
We can do one more. Okay, here we go.
I think my randomizer is broken.
I think, so tell me what it is.
No, it's just a file with there. So there's
No. Like, what did the random
I
give
said-
you?
Oh, what it got? APOC 2 at Crafton.
Okay, so we'll stick with that. Now, I want you to randomize multiple times and tell me what you get each time. If we get APOC every time, you're getting APOC every time, aren't you?
No. See, APOC 2 at Willow, Insanity at Ridge, APOC 1 at Grafton, APOC 1 at... it really likes Grafton.
It loves APOC?
This doesn't... and it loves the APOC. Listen. APOC 1 at Grafton.
You, out of all the maps in the entire game, we got Grafton 90% of the time.
Yeah, I don't... It's never been that consistent before. I have zero explanation.
All right, so is this APOC 2 at Grafton?
Listen, I feel like we should do whatever it rolls next.
Okay.
Okay, so professional at Willow.
Okay, there we
See?
go. Now we're talking.
Yeah, see?
Okay.
Yeah.
What is she using? I'm not really sure. It sounds like a
Yeah, it
randomizer
gave
that
me
they
APOC 1
created.
and Grafton 3 times in a row, so I don't know.
Yeah, there's some tomfoolery happening, and I suggest that whoever made that needs to work on it.
It was me, I made it.
I think you need to go back and look at what you made.
I'm sorry. I'll delete all the files and start over. Yeah, that's what I'll do. That'll
right,
fix
sounds
it.
good.
That'll teach it.
That's right, it better. Hey, Tashi. Oh my god.
Alright, we're here. Take a look at the
Very
equipment and
windy.
prepare accordingly before
Oh, Sprint, I missed you so.
itself. Reports of light switching.
All right, now we can floor it through this.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Now we somehow
Yeah,
escaped the
this will be-
APOC randomizer. Which APOC will you get? What the hell is this?
So this is probably hurting my chances of getting you to do all difficulties with me at some
Yeah,
point,
that's
isn't
correct.
it?
Hey,
Yeah.
does it look like someone spilled a bunch of Kool-Aid on the ground here?
No.
On the sidewalk?
No.
Okay.
I mean, I definitely see some red in it, but no.
Okay, I mean, that's okay. Like, this is a very obvious, like, this half is red.
No, it's not that way for me.
Okay, it's normal for you. Interesting. Wonder what else doesn't look
Yeah.
normal. Huh. All right. Here comes the demon. Breaker's on.
Donka.
Here. My Willow version of Dusty Trail.
Noted. Doesn't have quite the music.
It will. Give it a second.
Ah, I see.
Yeah, you just gotta let
I've
it play
just
for a
never
little bit.
left it on long enough.
Yeah.
I gotta let
Bye,
it breathe.
Floyd. Ooh, say hi to the kitty.
Floyd's hanging out.
No Frank. No Paul. Yeah, the safe is open now. We're pretty sure it's so people will shut up and stop saying that the cat is in the safe.
I can hear that downstairs, like it's right next to me.
You're very welcome. Oh, hey, I see breath.
Oh,
I hear
hey,
it like it's
yeah,
right
there
next to me. It is.
we go. Yes, it is.
Okay.
I didn't know you were down here.
3.7.
Alright, well, we also have a Ouija board. Look at that.
Voila.
You can ask it how it feels.
Sorry, just enjoying myself. Does the sound sensor pick that up? I don't know. I would assume so, right? Hold on a second. Me out of breath. For some reason, I sound like a woman.
Oh.
When I'm out of breath, it's definitely not a male taking a deep. Okay, interesting. Never noticed that. Give me a smudge, give me a sound sensor, sound recorder. Let's do it.
The ghost has an interest in power tools.
All right, touch it back.
Sam says
It's Pam Jam?
Yeah, Pam Pam. It's Pamela Pajamala. She said hi.
It's been happening to me and my wife and I play my character's male. Yeah.
Well, we have writing. Look at that.
Ooh.
Oh,
Got
and
it.
she farted on us.
What? I didn't hear a
Beautiful.
fart. What happened?
Well, okay, she farted on me.
Oh, damn. All right.
Wow.
That's-
We have freezing.
She's probably upset you turned her tunes off.
I didn't do nothing, Pam.
I want to see if I can hear that from the truck.
Okay. Oh, you brought a sound sensor to it.
Yeah. Just curious. Now, want to know? We'll go figure it out. Is your voice male when the ghost is male? Like, no, not the goat. Well, no, the player. Like, my player model is the male player model. Now you can give whoever's in the truck. Yeah, sing it back. Hey. Got some
Hey.
tunes. Got some tunes in the truck.
Some truck tunes.
And if you need to mute it, there you go. Truck tunes.
Oh, beautiful.
All right. So,
So,
I'm gonna bring UV in a solo.
we got spirit box, by the way.
And oh, that's right. You have spirit box and freezing, right?
Yeah.
Did we have the third yet?
Yeah, it was writing.
Oh yeah, I recorded it. It's a Moroi.
So, I mean,
Alright.
we could go for a perfect game if you want. We could just see if we get
Get the
objectives.
objective. I think getting the objectives.
We just need crucifer.
It's really getting that guitar. Yeah, it's a Moroi.
I still kind of wish they would change the song back at Nell's.
That would be. You mean the one in the jukebox?
Yeah.
I do too.
It's
I
just
gotta
not the
agree.
same.
It's not. It's really aggressive. How long does this go on for?
Yeah, like how long before starts the song over?
For like loops? That's a great question.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, hi, Pam.
Wow, dude. Oh my god. So instant.
She's kind of mean.
Changes someone talking? It does almost sound like SpongeBob music. You're right.
Is this when we like pull out the candles, have
Oh,
a
no,
nice
like I'm being told. I don't
dinner
think I
on the
realized that
table?
when you let that play long enough, then it turns to someone talking.
Does it? Okay, well, I've clearly just never left it on. Would you like some coffee?
Just trying some stuff out while we're here.
Just,
I mean, that's
an air fryer?
That sounds like it loops.
It's been. You haven't turned it off, have you? Oh, I guess it did get turned off.
There's random spots where there's like little like static and stuff, but that's all I've heard. Oh, hey, try to eat the crucifix. There we go.
Just keep playing the games. Oh. Oh, are we leaving? Oh, man.
Oh, here, we can overstimulate a little bit. Here we go. There you go. Too much? Too much?
No.
Too much? Too much?
Let's add the phone to the mix. Can the ghost please ring this phone?
Wait.
Okay, that's new.
Next up. Called it.
Called it.
That's enough.
Yeah,
That's
that
enough.
definitely loops.
Yeah.
That definitely loops.
All right. Do we just wait for it to actually hunt? Do we say F this the thing? What's happening? Well,
I don't know.
F fit too.
Oh. I guess it chose force.
Is that the new Dusty's trail? It might be.
Why is she so sad?
I don't know. Let's ask her. Hey, why are you so
Pam!
sad?
What's wrong?
She never
She was
answered.
gonna eat my toes. She wouldn't tell me what was wrong. She was just gonna bite my toes.
I know. Oh, hey, it's not red out here anymore. Nice.
Oh. Fix itself. There you go.
Yeah. Now we're talking. Oh, she probably started hunting because I turned off the music. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you upset her. Yeah.
I pissed her off. That's
Yeah.
okay. All right, I got the more.
Awesome.
Nicely done. Nicely done. You know, I never actually looked at the tapes that were on the wall to see that they actually said what you recorded.
Welcome back. There's some
Never
jobs
noticed
ready
that
for you.
on the cassette tapes. Nicely done, friend. Nicely done.
Your hat was on backwards for like 5 seconds.
That's okay. I had to turn it back around. I had to fix it.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
Well, thank you for the games, friend. I appreciate you.
Well, I'm sorry the randomizer wasn't super random.
No, that's okay. You know, I've been wanting to practice more APOX, so this is good.
Oh, well, there you go. Well, thank you for playing.
Thank you, friend. I appreciate you. Bye.
right, have a good-
Ay,
Welcome
ay,
back.
ay.
I've prepared some jobs for
Ay,
you.
ay, ay. All right. I'm going to end it on the YouTube so we can go find someone to raid. We know where we're going. But I'm going to get off here so I can go chill, go hang out with the missus before we go to bed, and then we hang out tomorrow. No, thank you guys so much. I appreciate you. Thank you for always being here, friendos. I will be live again on Wednesday. It's quite possible that we do more grain rot on Wednesday. Maybe. That might be the plan. We'll see. Unless there's a different game that we want to try, and if there is one that you have a suggestion for, always feel free to put it inside of Discord.
Finish the week.
Always. But thank you guys. Here are all the socials, friends. There you are. And here's a raid message. If you're a follower, that first one is yours. If you're a sub, the next one's for you. Creepy tier 3, that's for you. Thank you. I don't take raid suggestions, Squishy. Nope, I like to raid myself. Also, raiding into someone playing DBD going from Phasmo, not a very success. That wouldn't be very successful for that person. I did see Peak is going to have an update. I did. Oh, maybe I do that instead. Oh, choices, decisions. Yeah. Peak is going to have the last big update. So I want to try Big Walk as well, but at the same time, I've heard people play that, and the review that I hear people saying is like, it's okay. The puzzles are kind of cool, but it's just very tedious. Did you see the updates for Water Park Simulator with I did. Yeah, Peak might be the way to go. Do you miss some Peak shenanigans? It's a fun game. With friends especially, it's such a blast. It doesn't seem like a you kind of game, to be honest. And I love puzzles too. Yeah, I love puzzles, but I've watched some people play and I don't know. It didn't seem as exciting as I thought it was going to be. Yeah, Phoenix does love Peak. Phoenix, there was a spell of a time Phoenix was doing Peak like every day. Like completing the run, whatever the new map is, every single day. Play more on PS5. I got you. My favorite ghost? Mimic. Mimake. When the repo stream? Oh, I don't know. At some point. With the Peak update coming out though, that might be what we do. Like a crazy person. Yeah, but you enjoy it though. That's still cool. Good night, night. Good night, night. I appreciate you, friends. All right, let's get out of here. Let's go raid. I'll be back Wednesday. We'll probably play Peak. As we'll try to get all the games in the mix, man, with Grain Rot and anything else that's coming out. But with the update for Peak coming out Wednesday, I think that's a great opportunity. So thank you guys so much always for all that you do. You guys are amazeballs. We are going to go raid out. Obviously, we know where we're going. No questions asked. No questions asked. You guys are awesome. Thank you guys so much. I will have I'll probably have the weekly video posted on Wednesday, maybe even Thursday. And then I'm going to get my new player, the new like beginner Phasmo player video out either tomorrow or Wednesday. Maybe Wednesday, because I probably won't have time tomorrow. But we will figure it out. We will see. Rafa, hello, friend. Love you guys. I will see you guys on Wednesday for more fun and shenanigans. Bye.